What is up, jabronis? JJ back here, along with JoeyWerk and Holden. Holden's been on the show enough now that I feel we don't have to call it cameo appearances. However, a few more call outs and, we'll go back to the whole cameo thing. Not my best work from the live show yesterday, personally. I guess if you played every play, maybe you did all right, but the best bet lost. But we'll look to regain some confidence here back with the boys. How you guys been? Haven't seen you in 7 days.
Yeah, I'm good. Baseball's been treating me well the last couple of days. I'm excited to be back with you guys. I was talking with Holden last night. Looks like he's trying to fix the backdrop. I don't know what he's doing. He lowered it so we see more of the brick, less of the Cubs, but good for him.
I didn't even notice that, JoeyWerk. Thanks for noticing. JJ, are you still on your tennis heater? Because I never played tennis and then I started tailing you and I didn't lose. JoeyWerk is sitting here, doesn't lose. And if you bet opposite of what I'm betting, you're going to win. So We're doing great. Everybody's having a good time. Love it. Absolutely love it. I will be missing the Memorial Day show, JJ, and I will also be out another week in June. So I'll be gone 2 shows in June. Congratulations to our viewers. And then you can call me a cameo guy again.
Well, in June, well, no, that probably won't work. I was going to say, because I'll probably, in June, one of the Sundays, I know I'm going to be at my dad's. Maybe I could do something there, but that's not
riveting.
Never mind.
Yeah. You want to keep going, or are you just going to keep making it awkward?
That was all I had. That was all I had. I'm done with the sentence.
All right, very good. I got 8 million plays today. I know Joey's got a couple picks up there. I'm looking forward to JJ. Oh, JJ, by the way, did you tell him why you were late today? What happened to you?
Yeah, so the lateness was my fault today, and then I see Larry here saying they're late as always. I think
this is the first show we were late. What are you talking
about? I was late one Saturday show for personal reasons. I still do the show, but the Sunday show, no, we've been on time. 12:01. I would think the latest we start this. So Larry, I don't know, lay off the drugs. But so this morning, did a little substitution for Buddy in softball. I was told it would be a 7-inning game. It was a 9-inning game. We won by 9 runs, though. I don't know the exact score. It was probably like 21-12 or something like that. But felt good to be back out there. 2 for 3, a few doubles, a few ribbies. The one out was a ground out, which got a run home. So overall, felt good to be back out there. Not my speed, though. It wasn't slow pitch. Ooh. But you make adjustments.
Okay. Totally
back out.
Regret asking you that question, but we'll just move on now. JJ, anything else you'd like to know? Ronald Acuña's not playing today. Did you want to know that?
You see, I don't think you regret asking it because you knew the answer.
No, I didn't.
Check your DMs.
You definitely knew the answer. We talked about it before we went live. But you can lie to the people. It's all good.
You're right. I knew the answer.
Joey, he does these like quick formats in the middle of shows. It's like unreal. Like
what's
just
a quick format?
Like a remote wipe. Like you just wipe the whole memory of what we just talked about.
It's not me doing it. I'm not the one doing it. It's other stuff that's doing it. Okay. Anyways, we got a big slate today. Looking forward to it. Let's get in here, boys. I will try and make it as less awkward than I've already made it. But I do enjoy the more awkward, the better. Just for me. The more awkward, the better. So we start with the Gigantes and the Pirates. Los Pirates, if you were counting at home in the Spanish. So on the money line, I see minus 161 for San Francisco on the money line. It's about 175 everywhere else. As far as the total goes, 7.5 is the total. I like targeting Mitch Keller, boys. I always like doing that. Alex Wood on the mound for San Francisco. Toss it. You know what, JoeyWerk? Let's go to you. You were a lot nicer to me. JJ was making fun of me for not remembering the softball thing. You're in the circle of trust, so let's do it. You got anything on this game?
I guess my lean would be the Giants first 5 minus a half. Obviously, Mitch Keller, he continues to struggle. Last time out, he got shelled versus the Reds, 7 earned in 3 1/3. Season-long ERAs bumped up to 7.81. Alex Wood, obviously, he had surgery in March for like a minor back procedure, but he's pitched really good this year. Hasn't allowed more than 2 runs in any of his 5 starts. He gets a Pirates squad. Hasn't seen much of them, and they scored the second fewest runs in all of baseball. So, and they really struggle versus lefty. So only a lean, but it would be Giants for 5.
All right, what is it here, JJ?
Yeah. So I've been a Mitch Keller truther for probably far too long. It is tough to like anything you see from the kid, but again, another season where his ERA is much higher than where his advanced stuff is. This Pittsburgh lineup though is real dusty, especially towards the bottom. They're sitting guys again. I'd want to grab the hat from a Pittsburgh first five, but I can't back anything with Mitch Keller, which makes me think kind of like who is these days. So I'll stay away, but yeah, I guess slightly in favor of Keller here at this because I think it's all relative to what the numbers look like. That's why these numbers are what they are. Pirates have won 2 straight. They kind of finally found some life with the sticks as well, but it does look like they're sitting a few guys at the bottom of this lineup. Black hole. I'm out.
I mean, I like the Giants lineup a lot today against Mitch Keller. So if you wanted to look at a total there on the Giants side, I'd be fine with that. I think Keller's going to get lit up, and you got underrated bats over there on San Francisco. So a lot of lefties could crush them today. But the money, as far as the money line, the first 5, the VIG's just too high. I don't know why you do it. Maybe throw it in a parlay or something. Yankees, Orioles. Can I just share this real quick? Probably the worst baseball beat of the season. Had over 7.5 for the Yankees and then over 8.5 for the Yankees, 7.5 cashed. Gary Sanchez has 2 on, hits the ball. Literally, the dude goes over the fence to bring the home run back in, and I lose the 8.5 bet. It was just like, what am I going to do?
That was a beautiful play. I mean, you got to give it to him.
It was great.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, it was great. I know it was a great play, but it killed me. It was just, I was like, you got to be kidding me. You can't have this happen. Anyways, that happened yesterday. The Yankees got guys that are red hot. This team bounced back like we thought they'd bounce back. Sanchez, Judge, all these dudes, all of them. Jordan Montgomery coming off an 11K performance. It'll be a bullpen day for the Orioles. Adam Plutko on the mound. Orioles bullpen has been pretty good this season. The problem is they're going to be rolling out like every single arm. Yankees minus 161 on the money line. The total here is 9. JJ, Yankees, O's.
Yeah, so this is normally a spot where I'd like the O's in this scenario. However, they've lost 4 straight. Yankees have won a few games in a row. And I can't back a bad team that's not playing well in the Orioles. So I would lean the Yankees, maybe first 5, lay the half run, but I don't love it by any means. Not a typical play I would make. But again, I would make it primarily because the Orioles, who are already one of the worst teams in the league, are playing like it right now. And it'd be tough for anybody to want to back them in this spot.
JoeyWerk.
Yeah, no official play for me here, but the lean would be full game over because I do expect the Orioles to get some runs off Montgomery. I mean, I know he had 9 strikeouts, but that was versus the Rays, who can't hit lefties. The Orioles are somewhat better, and they're playing in a ballpark that definitely susceptible to runs. So full game over would be the lean here.
Okay. So we'll move on from that one, go to the Phillies and the Blue Jays. Chase Anderson and Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray, here's my first half unit bet. I'm just going to volume bet today. That's the way this is working out. I like a lot of stuff. Robbie Ray over 7.5 Ks. He has been a different pitcher this season. We've got a Phillies lineup. Once again, no Bryce Harper, no Real Muto. So they're throwing out Alec Boehm in the cleanup spot. Brad Miller, I mean, he has some nice splits, but big deal. He's a splits guy. This is a horrible lineup, and the Phillies are playing absolute trash baseball right now. Minus 195 in the money line for Toronto. If you want to back Philly, plus 179. The total in this game, what do we got? 5.5, the first 5. Yeah. So what do you got here, JoeyWerk? Philly and Toronto. I got a hard time doing anything with the Phillies right now. They're just garbage.
Yeah, and Chase Anderson, I mean, he's pitched better than what his numbers state this far, but, I mean, if you watch any of his starts, he allows base runners almost every single inning. The Blue Jays haven't seen much of him, but they should be able to generate some runs here, especially in this small park. I do need to check the win factor, so if you could do that for me, Holden, be a great host, that would be awesome. But Robbie Ray for the Blue Jays, obviously you stated, man, 34 2/3 innings, 3.38 ERA. And he's lowered his walks this year, which was really, his problem. And his past 2 starts, he hasn't walked a batter at all. But he is obviously susceptible to the home run ball. He's allowed 7 homers in his last 4 starts. And he does – I mean, this Phillies team has good numbers versus him, but that is obviously with Realmuto and Bryce Harper in there. So, I mean, lean towards the Blue Jays and full game over depending on what you get back to me on that win factor.
Crosswind at 9 miles an hour on an 85-degree day in a bandbox in Dunedin.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Is that supposed to be me talking?
No,
now?
that was for JoeyWerk. I mean, I'd like to have a conversation with him. He asked me what the fucking weather. I'm giving him the weather, and then he's like, duh. So,
yeah, I guess me and the crosswinds probably is going to keep me off. Maybe you just wait and see. Watch like the first 2 innings, see how the ball's flying in the park, and then go that
Okay.
way.
Very good. JJ?
Yeah, because this field's interesting. I mean, when I did the video for Friday, that previous night, it said the wind was going to be blown out to right center about 16, 17 miles an hour. And then even in the afternoon, it said the wind was going to be blown out 16 to 17 miles an hour. And then I'm watching the game, and I'm seeing the flag, the way the flag's blowing, and it's blowing in. I'm like, what the hell? And I go to the weather, and then the wind was somehow blowing 20 miles in. It was knocking down fly balls. So just I don't know if that's common for that area of Florida, but wind made a huge 180 from the night before to the night of. So an interesting field, but apparently Blues aren't going to be playing too many more games here.
Yeah, they're going back to Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting wrinkle. But much like I said yesterday, where Toronto had no business, Philly had no business being like a $140 against the Jays with the way they were hitting. Right now in this spot, I know this lineup's a little degraded from Philly, but the Jays have no business being basically 200. I would say there's slight value on Philly, but tough to back them in this spot, all things considered. But I'm going to be off this game, but for me, there is slight value on Philly on the money line.
Why is everybody smirking? Why are you smirking, JoeyWerk?
I saw Holden Hart in the chat.
Oh,
so.
Chris Brady. Why
Yeah,
would you
Chris
not?
Brady.
Plus, I was doing this while JJ was talking. I don't know if you saw this. I was going like this.
No, I wasn't paying attention to you. I was
You
paying
didn't see
attention to JJ.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's too bad.
He was listening. I know this is hard to comprehend, Holden, but he was listening.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, I was.
What did he say?
He said he leans actually the Phillies in this spot, but ultimately he's off the game.
What a horrible take that was, JJ.
Yeah, I have to repeat it to Holden because he wasn't listening at all. Yeah.
Then I would have told you the first time. But what the hell are you doing, JJ?
By the way, the coffee extra dark today.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Let's compare coffees.
That's not even coffee.
Extra dark.
That's milk with a shot of whatever and a ton of sugar. That's how Dunkin' Donuts coffee is good.
This
a gallon of cream and a gallon
quality coffee.
JJ's the type of guy that goes to Dunkin' Donuts and says, just give me the creamer. I'll fill it up with coffee when I get home.
You kidding? Whatever creamer I don't finish, I dip my nipples in it. Creamer's good from Dunkin'. Solid. Holden knows what I'm talking about.
I bet he does.
You guys think I'm a super freak, but I do nothing with coffee, bro. I will say this: when I was in middle school, cocaine was all the rage, and so I decided to snort coffee grinds just to try it. Horrible idea, but JJ, I recommend it for you. Try it.
What?
Yeah, that's an option. I'll add it to the
book. Why have you invited me to do this show every week? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we need somebody to get the times wrong. Someone to make fun of. We enjoy your presence. All right.
Mets and Rays. Josh Fleming's actually been stretched out a little bit. He can get you 5-6 innings.
Yep.
On the other hand, I mean, listen, Stroman has been magnificent. No one's talking about Stroman, but he's the legit number 2. The problem is the Mets never score for this dude. It's like they get any of their decent pitchers on the mound, they're just not doing anything. I'm going back through the game log. He's not a big strikeout guy, although it's starting to come along too. 6 2/3, 5 Ks, 1 earned run. I mean, he's just not giving up more than 1 or 2 runs a game. He's got a Tampa Bay team coming up this afternoon. So JJ, Tampa Bay on the money lines, even slight to a slight favorite for the Mets at -108. And then if you look at the total, it's 7.5. This for me is a tough game to bet. I got nothing besides for loving Marcus Stroman.
So for me, I can't stand Marcus Stroman. I'm not just trolling you, Holden. I've said it on these shows a bunch of times. When he's not getting ground balls, he's a terrible pitcher. And granted, a lot of his starts he will get ground balls, but when he's not, he looks like he belongs in the minors. Not to say this will be the start; it does happen, but the Rays are much better versus right-handed pitching. And for me, the Mets had their big winning streak stopped here by the Rays. They lost again yesterday, and now the Rays have picked up 3 in a row. For me, it looks like you can get plus 100 on the Rays. Strong lean for me, Rays money line.
JoeyWerk.
Yeah, I'm not a Stroman guy either. He blocked me on Twitter.
What?
Yeah.
Why? What did you say about it? He probably deserved it.
He said basically New York fans, the real New York fans are Mets fans, and I obviously went at him for that and immediate block. But he's blocked a lot of people on Twitter, so I don't. My feelings aren't really hurt. But he has a 1.99 ERA entering this matchup versus the Rays team, who's really having a lot of trouble scoring. And he's obviously ground ball heavy guy, which should work good in this pitcher's park. Rays team hasn't seen much of him, only 32 plate appearances. Josh Fleming, as you mentioned, he's been getting oh Jesus.
Here you go, Joey.
Sorry about that.
Who was it?
No, that's my alarm saying that it is the last day of fantasy basketball. Make sure to set your lineup so you win the championship. But okay, so Fleming, back to Fleming. He's pitched pretty good. He has limited his runs against. Obviously, I expect more of the same. Probably about 5 innings here, 1-run ball, especially versus the Mets team. Dead last in runs versus lefties. Dead last in runs per game in baseball. So leave the bullpens out of this. Stroman probably gives up 1. Fleming gives up 1, 2 runs after 5. So first 5 under 4 here is official play for me, and I got that at -105.
First 5 under 4. Did you throw this up on the sheet? I didn't even see
it. It is on the sheet, yes, sir.
Beautiful. All right, I'll have to hop in on this. First 5 under 4, Mets and Rays. Okay, love it. Hit the like button first of all, JJ. For the freeloaders out there, the people watching for free, I shouldn't call them freeloaders. You call them freeloaders on the DFS side. Over here, good people that have been following for a long time. So you're good people that have been following for a long time. If they have not signed up yet, JJ, what do you recommend they do?
Yeah, sign up. That's 25 off. Full transparency, been what I would consider a cold back half of the week for me. But normally that means it's a good time to sign up because these types of streaks for me don't last too long. So yeah, looking to bounce back strong this week upcoming. And yeah, head over runpurebets.com. Try us out, $15 with the code BEST25 off for the week. Make sure you get in the Discord, get all the extra action. And again, whatever curtails you, if you're an NBA guy, MLB, UFC, NASCAR, soccer, we got it all. You can just limit yourself however you want or however you best see fit. If you like betting a lot of action, you'll have the option to bet a lot of action. But again, we stay in our lanes. We always request you guys stay in yours in terms of how you like to bet. And yeah, to me, you'll find a tremendous amount of value in the price, especially with the amount of volume picks you get.
Yeah, if you're new here, you got to understand these guys track their picks too. I'm a scrub, so I don't even bother. But JoeyWerk, what are your track picks in baseball? I mean, to me, it's like you got to be at least 60-something%.
Yeah, I'm probably up about 16 units in baseball only if I just took out,
Yeah.
The other 2 sports that I put on the spreadsheet, but 7-1 the last 3 days in baseball. So we're picking things up, keeping it going.
All right, good. I'm gonna end up tailing that first 5. So let's move on. We just did the Mets and the Tampa Bay Rays. So if we're going in chronological order today, it would be the Cubs and the Tigers at 1:10 Eastern. Kyle Hendricks and Matt Boyd. And do not make fun of Matt Boyd anymore. Matt Boyd has turned into an ace this season for the Tigres. I mean, let me go get some numbers on him right now. 6 innings, maybe he's not as great as I thought he was, to be honest with you. But no, in all seriousness, he has kept the hard contact down. His ground ball percentage against lefties. I mean, if you're a lefty facing this guy in the Cubs lineup, I don't think there's too many, but 50% ground ball rate. We got a ground ball pitcher. People sleep on this dude Boyd so far, limited in the hard contact. So I don't think it's a layup that the Cubs are just going to roll in this game today. JoeyWerk, it's a complete fade for me, but I don't think you can discount what Boyd has done so far.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's saying like discounting Boyd. You're like, oh, don't make fun of Boyd. Who's made fun of Boyd before?
Everybody makes fun of Boyd.
Okay, has me or JJ? You're talking to us. You're not talking to everybody.
Also,
basically, like everybody who I do these videos with is like, Boyd sucks. JJ said it 100 times. Joey's probably said it twice as much.
Correct.
Boyd doesn't suck, guys. Get the message.
Boyd is like the ace for this team. But, he's pitched 6 innings, 4-hit shutout last time out versus the Royals, and he has a 1.94 ERA, 41 1/3 innings this year. Cubs haven't seen much of him. They are in the bottom 10 in almost all offensive categories versus lefties this year. Kyle Hendricks, has really fallen off a cliff, alternating good and bad starts this year. Holds a 6.23 ERA over 7 starts. He gave up 9 hits, 5 innings, and 6 runs last time out versus a dusty Pirates team. So, it's got to be dog or pass here, but I have no official play.
JJ, you want to just throw this out, or you got something here?
Yep, throw it out.
Throw it out. I'm just looking at the lineup for the Cubs lineup, man. They got some guys that are hitting right now, though. Contreras, Bryant, Baez, Duffy in the with the split today. I like Duffy too. Nico Horner, but I'm not attacking Boyd because, as you heard JJ said, he doesn't respect him. He doesn't think he's any good, but I think the rest of us do. Is that what you said, JJ? I just wanted to
precisely.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, bets 25 off, Larry. That's the promo. Bets 25 off. Just sign up already. My God. Do the monthly plan too. Don't do the weekly. Get in there, sit in there, get comfortable. Jose Quintana, JoeyWerk. I call guys gas cans. I usually complain. Quintana's not giving up a lot of home runs, but he's still a gas can in my book. He's giving up some hard contact. Yes or no?
That's allowed, yes.
Okay. And then we got the Red Sox, Nate Eovaldi. This guy continues to strike out batters. It's Boston minus 145 at BetMGM. I think that's a good number if you're going to back Boston on the money line. And my best bet of the day comes from here. And I hit this last night at a pretty good number. It was Red Sox over 4.5 runs. They're mashing. And there's 4 or 5 teams that you're really going to target against left-handed pitchers. And for me, the Red Sox is one of them. So over 4.5 runs here for the Red Sox today. JJ, Angels, Red Sox.
The Red Sox are a team I cannot get right this season, so I will no longer be betting them for the foreseeable future. Betting on them or against them, I cannot get this team right. So my opinions here are not valid by any means. On to Joey.
That was good.
JJ, I could just start the show saying my opinions are not valid off to Joe. But can we at least keep up the illusion that our opinions might be valid on certain things, or should we just be transparent?
I hook myself up to a lie detector test when I'm on these shows, so I'm just trying to keep everything transparent.
It's 145 now? Yeah, that's a rough number, dude. I would almost rather hit just 5 and do a push at 5 if it had. If I get 5 at like 105, 110, I would do that. But 4.5, yeah, I wouldn't. I think I got it like 115 or 120 last night. All right, what do you got here, JoeyWerk?
All right, so Eovaldi's been very inconsistent basically this year and his whole career. He does have some good numbers versus Angels team, but the Angels team has the highest batting average in the league versus righties. So I do expect them to score some runs off of Eovaldi, and they get the friendly confines of Fenway Park. Thing is, I can't trust Jose Quintana. He's got hit hard this year. He's given up a run per inning in 21 innings. And he's only pitched past 3 2/3 twice all year. Obviously gets a Red Sox team who basically mashed lefties. So looks like the wind is blowing out as well. So a lean would be the full game over 9.5 here.
Full game over 9.5. Okay. Don't mind that either. We got some runs coming up there. It's Oakland at Minnesota. Here's another one I like. And this might be a prop. I don't even know if you can get it anymore. I had Chris Bassett over 4.5 Ks. And then went back in this morning at 5.5 Ks. He has just the spin rate's up, the strikeouts are up. The Twins are not a team that's going to strike out a ton, but at a 23% K rate against righties, that is not enough for me to hold off on it. So I like the Bassett prop today. Oakland plus 105, Minnesota minus 108. Those are the best numbers I got here. And then as far as the total goes, 8.5, just about across the board. So JoeyWerk, A's and Twins. I think this is a tough game to cap with the exception for me for Bassett. What do you got?
Yeah, I want no part of this Twins team until they turn things around. They lost 8 of their last 10. They've really struggled to get hits with runners in scoring position. Bassett has good numbers the last 3 years, but, he doesn't really fully impress me. And this year he has got hit. He has a 3.58 ERA, obviously, after 48 innings. But the Twins team have basically been cold all year as well. But this will be the first time they see him, too. He's given up at least 2 runs in every single start, and he's had people on, a lot. But Kenta Maeda, he struggled, obviously, thus far this year, 5.08 ERA. He had his, best 2 starts, his last 2 out versus the White Sox and Rangers, but I can't trust him yet. And I'm off this game, but I definitely expect runs.
JJ?
So Minnesota is also one of those teams. We'll get to certain teams that have been successful for us, but Minnesota is another team for us, is a team that we've had some trouble trying to handicap them. And I think a lot of it has to do with they've severely underperformed this year, and the Red Sox have severely overperformed. So maybe that's why I haven't been as good with the Red Sox, and we as a whole haven't been as good with the Twins. But this start in particular, I mean, I like Maeda more than Bassett, but not enough where I want to back a Twins team laying vig. They're not playing well. I mean, they won yesterday despite a big home run in the 8th inning from Sano. But they don't get that. That's another loss. And this team's just been losing a lot of games recently. And their sticks, as good as this lineup is, their sticks aren't really hitting. So to me, this line's a little off in favor of Oakland, where Oakland's probably got a little bit of value. But I don't want to step in front of this Twins team at a light line, because if the Twins are rolling, this line should be about $1.40. So overall, I'm going to stay away.
Okay, stay away spot for JJ. Bets 25 off. You want to try the bet side. If you have not signed up yet, please do. And at least check it out. Doing a little monthly plan. 25% off your first payment at Bets 25. So this is an interesting game for me from a total standpoint, and it's the Rangers and the Astros. I have not placed a bet on this. I'm kind of leaning toward an under 8 in this one. Maybe the first 5 total is a little bit better, to be honest with you, at 4.5 and almost even money. So, guys, here's why. Kyle Gibson has just been a revelation. Like, he's turned his career around. He's a guy that used to get beat up really bad. And again, teams having a hard time making a ton of good contact against him. On the other side, Lance McCullers looks like he has turned into the ace of the Astros that we've been waiting for. So this is a game, I think if you're looking for offense, you might have a tough time finding it. JJ, Rangers, Astros, Gibson, McCullers, the pitching matchup.
Yeah, so it's going to be my best bet. Rangers team total over 3 runs. It's minus 120 at FanDuel.
Why is that funny?
Because I just said, I think this is an underspot. And he goes, this is my best bet, over 3.5.
So Texas Rangers over 3 runs, minus 120 at FanDuel. I was trying to see what DK has right now, because I'm sure DK probably has 3.5 at heavy vig. You probably overall will be able to get your best price at BetMGM, though, because BetMGM you could probably split 2.5 and 3.5. 2.5 will probably be like $1.40, and 3.5 will be like plus 120. I'm trying to just see quick what DraftKings has for this number. Yeah, so DraftKings has 3.5 plus 105.
Astros over? Is that what you're looking at?
No, Texas Rangers.
Rangers over 3.5 is 120.
No, I don't. 3.5 was 105. I assume BetMGM has better numbers, but overall, I like
BetMGM. How many runs will the Rangers score? Plus 120 at 3.5.
And then 2.5 is what, like 140?
150.
Okay. I mean, you could split that if you want, because at the end of the day, you're only paying 25 cents a juice. If you split your normal wager there and you go 2.5, 3.5, both over. And if it lands 3, you'll push. I'll take the 3 that FanDuel's offering at minus 120. So I do like to target bad teams when they're hitting. The Rangers are hitting right now. Okay. 3 runs, 3 straight. They've been hitting well in this series overall. And they draw McCullers, who consistently allows people on the base paths. His ERA is good. His advanced stuff's good. He gives up a lot of walks, which has always been his problem. And I think that you're getting basically an opening day lineup from this Rangers squad. You'll see when we talk about more about the Royals that I'll have a similar play there. But I'm not in love with their lineup. This Rangers lineup is near opening day, and McCullers is good versus lefties and righties. So to me, I'm not enamored at the fact that there's a bunch of lefties today in the lineup for Texas. To me, it doesn't matter as much. There's a lot of pop in this lineup for Texas, and if we can just get a few base runners and McCullers makes one mistake, which it's not like he hasn't done in his career. I mean, he's had a good year thus far with his home run to fly ball rate, but he's always been a guy that gives up an ill-timed home run, and 3.5 walks per game. Expect guys to get on the base paths for Texas. It's a small number. Numbers like this you can accidentally get. So I don't want to jump in front of Houston because of how good they're playing. They've won 5 straight. Texas has lost 5 straight. This wouldn't be a spot where I want to take Texas behind Gibson, but I do think Texas gets a ton of run opportunities today, which hopefully lead to 4 runs.
Okay. JoeyWerk, what do you think about this here?
Yeah,
with,
I'm on
Cardinals Phillies?
JJ's side over your side here. I really do. I wanted to back the Rangers at a nice juicy price, first 5. Gibson's pitched really good aside from that opening day fiasco. But historically, this Astros team does have good numbers versus him. And McCullers is not a guy, his numbers are better than what the story tells. He doesn't, particularly pass the eye test for me. As JJ mentioned, there's always people on base. He has trouble finding the zone at times, especially this year. He's walked at least 3 people in all but 2 of his starts. If the Rangers are patient, I do expect them to score runs here. So I do like JJ's play of the team total over there.
Well, I would stop tailing you if you sided with me over JJ, first of all. Second of all, no, you know what? And he has given up 3 dongs over his last 2 starts. That is interesting. And he actually kept runners off base, but he gave up some home runs. But he's given up 1 earned run in every single start except for 2. I mean, this guy, 1 earned run or less in every single start but 2. But if you look at it and you think the base runners are going to get on, definitely. No doubt about it.
He's coming off his best start of the year, which, he could parlay that into another great start. And Houston used all their best pen arms yesterday. So assuming he does his normal thing, which is not get past the 6th inning, Houston's going to start using some different bullpen arms today that aren't their best arms. Overall, like I said, a little bit of extra value for me on the 3.
A little bit extra value. I will take it. So, JJ, are you coming out with us to Colorado? We got Keg about 90% in.
I'm still call me questionable.
He updated to 90%.
Yeah, last night. Didn't you hear him?
Yeah, I heard him. I don't know. I don't know if he said 90%.
I'm holding him to 90%. Did I make the number up? Yes. Is probable 80%? Yes. Did I give him another 10? Yeah.
Okay.
So at least I think he's coming out.
JJ's coming out too, for sure.
See, I don't know. Listen,
he's coming out.
You told me at the Super Bowl party a year and a half ago, JJ, that was on your bucket list to come out here.
Yes, it certainly was and still is. The missus can't wait to go to Colorado. However, we have a few different trips lined up this year, and I'm just trying to find a happy medium so that I can squeeze a few days for you guys.
Where are you going?
So I have the trip, well, first of all, to see my father for a few days. We also are trying to plan a trip towards the end of this year. We're outside the country. The problem is we both have to be vaccinated for that. We both are not at this moment. But I guess we're getting super personal now. But overall, I have a few trips that are in the works this year. And I'm going to try to squeeze you guys in.
Great question, Gregory Russo. Why would anyone go to Colorado? Because it's fucking fun and it's awesome and it's beautiful and you got the outdoors and ladies and everything. That's why, Gregory Russo.
Why wouldn't you go to Colorado? Why wouldn't you want to travel to every state and go to every baseball park? That's like on my bucket list. I'm trying to go to every baseball park.
How many have you been to?
Probably a little less than half. A little less than half.
Okay. I've been to every single stadium that has not been built within the last 7 years, which is quite a few, but a lot of them. I'm telling you, man, Coors is just an amazing place. And even when they suck, they still pack the house. So it's kind of cool.
Because there's always runs there. So it's got to be fun to go to a game there too.
Well, we'll get into that game because I don't think they're playing here today. It's nasty, man. We're going to have thunderstorms all day. And you've been hitting the Rockies over, these games over. Like today was the ultimate over day too. And I'm not even going to bet it because I don't think that they're going to get through this thing. But I digress. Royals, White Sox, the Royals. Dylan Cease, who kind of just had to struggle through his last start, but he got it. He's a guy that, again, spin rate up, strikeouts up. Brady Singer on the other side. Royals, White Sox, JJ. KC plus 155 in the money line. What do you think about this White Sox offense today? The total here is 8.5, by the way.
So very strong lean. That's my strongest lean of the video. Kansas City Royals over 3.5 runs. It's minus 102 at FanDuel. This would have been my best bet today. However, when I looked at their lineup, they did sit a few guys, so I don't like it as much. But the Royals are a team that I'm sure we all remember. They've been on a 10 or 11 game skid. That they kind of cleaned themselves up, and they had the bats going yesterday. They hit a few balls out yesterday, and they found some decent success with the sticks. And I thought in the Tigers series, I also thought in that series they hit really well. They just didn't do much at all. Runners in scoring position yesterday. Again, 2 for 13 runners in scoring position. If they keep getting guys on like they've been, they're going to erupt one of these games with a bunch of runs. Will it be today? Maybe not. But I do think that They're a team that's getting guys on base. They're drawing walks. Cease's a good pitcher, but it's melted into the line. I do really like the over 3.5 Kansas City team total.
Over 3.5. Oh, by the way, Brandon Belt just got scratched. That's kind of big. So if you were betting the Giants today, and a lot of us are targeting Keller, Brandon Belt just got scratched. So Darren Ruff is going to be at first base. Ooh, I actually like that. I love Darren Ruff. Just so you know, though, just throwing it out there, a little bit of news. JoeyWerk, back to the White Sox and Royals.
Yeah, I'm going to take a pass on this one. This will be my lone pass on the slate.
You have nothing, no interest in it whatsoever.
Correct.
Okay, well, that would mean that you were going to take a pass. Put 2 and 2 together, and I'm glad I came up with that conclusion, buddy. So we roll on then. I'm going to go time by time here. Braves and Brewers. There we go. D-Rock, who's watching right now. D-Rock, I swear to God, I got your box to send to your kid, man. I'm just too lazy to get to the freaking post office. So I promise I'll do it. But he's got a little Huasker Inoa prop today. If you're on the bet side, go in the Discord, and he threw it in the RPS Discord side just for members. Atlanta plus, you can get as much as plus 128 on FanDuel. Milwaukee minus 124 on PointsBet. The total is 7. I see it at 7.5 here in Colorado at Fox Bet. I don't even have Fox Bet. Maybe I should sign up for them. But JoeyWerk, Atlanta, Milwaukee, and Freddie Peralta has been dealing. I know has been dealing and hitting some home runs. I like this game a lot from a viewership standpoint. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, see, with Acuna out, that line has moved towards the Brewers. But, I mean, this one's really quite simple for me. The Braves are the better offense by leaps and bounds. And the two starters, maybe a wash. I mean, they both have good numbers this year at the surface, with advanced numbers showing regression coming for probably both. But the Brewers lost 7 of their last 10 games, averaging slightly over 2 runs a game in that span. Freddie Peralta has good stuff, but sometimes has control issues. He finally gets a solid lineup. He pitched against the Cubs 3 times this year: Pittsburgh, Minnesota, Philly, and St. Louis. Not the best of offensive teams. And then he did face the Dodgers once. Does it all, including with the bat. He's only given up more than 1 earned run in 2 starts this year, and he only really had 1 bad start in which he gave up 6 earned runs. The other one he gave up 2. So past that, he's limited hits, damage, striking out over a batter per inning. I expect the Braves to score runs here early and cruise to another win and sweep the Brewers. So give me the Atlanta Braves money line plus 124. Now you're saying, I love it.
Woohoo! Yeah, JJ.
That'll be my best bet
going out there. I like it.
Real quick, we have 106 people watching and 34 likes. Even if we assume half of the people that haven't liked the video yet have like broken hands or broken arms, go ahead and click the like button. It ain't hard. Just go ahead. It's just like a quick little movement of the mouse. Like it's like, just a quick little like. Helps us out a lot, and we appreciate it. Thank you, and hopefully your broken hands or arms will recover soon. As for this game, I'm with Joey. I'm with Atlanta here. I don't know. To me, Milwaukee could win, but they won like 1 of their last 13 games or 2 of their last 13 games, something like that. And a few of them were against bad teams in the Marlins, I think. So they're just not playing confident baseball. Now, could they show some life today? Yeah, but I do think the market's overreacting to the Acuna news with him being out. To me, there's value on the Braves still, but. Not a spot where I'm going to slam dunk the bet, but to me, strong lean Braves.
Strong lean on the Braves. Looks like everybody's got some piece of the Braves today on the show. Bets 25 off. Hit the like button. These are 2 things that you should check out. Go for it. I don't want to break down the Reds and the Rockies. Let's do it anyways. Rockies minus 104 on the money line. Reds minus 1. It's going to rain. So I just think it's going to be tough to.
Yeah, it was supposed to rain yesterday too, and they played the game.
Not like this. No, not like this. Yesterday was scattered storms. Today it should be. We got thunderstorms. It's just going to be wet and gross this whole game. The total's 11.5 though. So if JoeyWerk, I'll tell you this much: if they play, I love over 11.5. The cores are starting to warm up, and we're seeing the overs. And you hit that a couple times already this week.
Yeah, I mean they've been hanging 10.5 in Coors Field. I don't care how bad the offense is for either teams. That number's too low. Even last night, the first 2 games went over easy. Last night, it was 2-2 going to extra innings. They scored a total of 7 in extra innings, and they got over the 10.5 pregame total. So 3 in a row over that. Obviously, they finally adjusted, made this one 11.5. But again, I fully expect runs here. And I'll probably be looking to jump in live if they do get this game off. And I'll see how the weather is while watching it. But Hoffman nor Senzatella, they don't scare me. The Reds are a little banged up, but I definitely expect runs from both teams. And the bullpens have been used a lot in this series. So, again, this is a spot I'll be targeting live, but nothing official pregame.
Yeah. So, JJ, how do you usually handle this? I think this is a good, game theory thing. How do you usually handle there's going to be rain, there's going to be weather. Do you just get in on the bet and hope they play it, or do you sit back and maybe target it live?
Yeah, if I'm pretty confident it's going to get rained out, I'll likely just avoid it. If the game starts, ultimately, if the game doesn't start, it'll make me feel more confident. They'll wind up at least giving it a better shot to play. But if it starts and they start pulling guys off the field, which they've done a few times egregiously this season. But the short answer to your question is no. I'll just ultimately always avoid games where there's 70 or 80% chance of rain all day because it's just going to be a waste of my time. But Joey's had a good read on this series. So, yeah, to me, just sticking with what he said.
Yeah, last night was an under. Last night was a little bit of a weird game.
It wasn't an under. It went over. If you listen to what I said.
I was the first 5. You know what? It was first 5. It was first 5 under. There you go.
Holy hell.
He's like listening to music while we're talking.
He's like, Joey, you go. Okay, he just zones out. Okay, JJ, your turn. Zones out.
Correct.
Okay,
I'm trying to build
what you guys say? What's
lineup.
the next game? Holy hell.
Do you not?
It was 2-2. It was 2-2 going to extras, as I mentioned, and they scored 7 runs in extra innings last night to push it over the pregame total of 10.5.
Oh, hey, did you know that last night was the first time that the home team that was down by multiple runs in extra innings lost, according to a guy that texted me.
The home team was down.
So the home team was down 2 runs, right? Let's say the visitors come out, take a 2-run lead at the top of the 10th.
Yeah, they tied it.
Every game that I had seen, the home team had.
They didn't lose by multiple runs. It was a 1-run game. What are you talking about?
No. Well, the Reds were up by 2 on 2 occasions. They were up by 2 in the 10th. They were up by 2 in the 11th. The Rockies
won by 1.
Tied it. Did you watch this game, JoeyWerk?
I watched the whole game.
Come on, man. Did you see the Rockies up by 2 runs or down by 2 runs 2 times?
Yes, he had a 2-run homer in the top of the inning. Then they came back. The first guy got on. It was 1st and 3rd. He hit a double into the gap. Both of them scored, and it was 4-4.
JJ, what are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking of where the rope is in my house to hang myself. That's what comes to my mind.
Yeah, they're killing you, Holden, in the chat too.
They should. I've never minded that. I've never minded. There's nobody that's really, really mean in
the
here.
Reds won that game last night. I'm not even sure what you're talking about. Reds won by 1.
They were up by 2 on 2 occasions, though. So when the visitors are up by multiple runs at any time in the extra innings, the home team has come back and won.
But it didn't happen.
But it didn't happen last night. And again, this is according to a text.
Yeah, so. That's the most baloney stat I ever heard.
What do you mean? Baloney? Who uses baloney?
If the away team's up by more than 2 runs in extra innings, you normally lose.
Hey, JJ's moving on from the rope to just jumping off a building at this point.
Don't just because you're one of your female friends texts you some bullshit stat, you don't gotta believe it, bro. Get that out of here.
You should believe it though.
All right, next game, buddy.
There's the feisty Joey that we like.
Indians, Mariners. We always love these unders out in Seattle, man. Seattle plus 180 on the money line, though. Cleveland minus 190. Why, you say? Well, it's the Biebs. Shane Bieber going up against a bullpen day for the M's, I think, today is what we're going to see, some bullpen arms. So there's no doubt the Indians should be heavily favored. Does it keep you off because they're too heavily favored, JJ?
Well, certainly. Also, it doesn't help that the Indians are potentially going to get swept by the Mariners here. So, yeah, no, it's going to be a stay-away spot for me. I definitely consider some value on Seattle, grabbing a run and a half, but it's going to be a stay-off for me.
JoeyWerk.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in this game. First time the Mariners are seeing Bieber, so he should fare well. But bullpen, as you mentioned, for the Mariners, the bullpen's been good this year, especially the way the Indians are hitting too. I think a different arm each inning could cause them some trouble. So my lean would be full game under, but I'm off.
Full game under, but he is off this game. Okay, we've got Miami and the Dodgers. We don't have a Dodgers. It's got to be way too early for that Dodgers lineup. But Corey Seager's out now.
Yep.
So no Bellinger this year. Corey Seager broke his hand. I mean, this offense is struggling, man. We got a whole bunch of bullpen arms for the Dodgers today. Jimmy Nelson probably going to get the bulk of the work, 3 innings maybe. Pablo Lopez. I actually think Pablo Lopez, he's not a great DFS play if you play DFS, but I actually do think he's not a bad real life play today. I'm not sitting here saying there's going to be a ton of Ks or anything, but the Dodgers offense, no bueno, JJ. I'm fading. The Dodgers offense has struggled a lot from time to time anyways, and now without Seager, forget about it, man. This team's not hitting the way we expect them to.
Yeah, I mean, 4 games ago they were 1 game above 500. I mean, if you were somebody that's been blindly betting Dodger run lines because of how well they did last year, I mean, you're also not doing very well. They've been tough to watch. You know how talented this team is up and down. They are dealing with some injuries, which of course, but a lot of teams are. And Pablo Lopez always sees steam, so that's nothing to really be concerned about. I do think this line's a bit short, though. At $1.40, to me, Dodgers first 5. You can lay the half run. I know it might seem a bit chalky, but remember, guys, it's a numbers game. For me, you get the Dodgers. I know that you could say what they are in terms of playing well, not playing well. This team has still won 4 in a row. They're playing a team in the Marlins that's dropped a few straight. And for me, the price is too short. I know Pablo always sees steam. That's why the lines kind of move the other way, and maybe some lineup degradation, if you will, from the Dodgers with more injuries. But overall, to me, the line's got a little too short. Lean Dodgers first 5.
Lean Dodgers first 5. JoeyWerk, I want to get your take on the Dodgers in general. Talk about this offense first.
They'll be fine. They're struggling right now, but I mean, long term, it's a long season. I'm not going to be a Mets fan and overreact 25 games into the year, 35 games into the year.
Hold on a second. The Yankee fans, you guys are jumping off a bridge. I got the
real Yankee fans were not jumping off a bridge.
Oh,
all right,
everybody was jumping off the bridge.
No, they were not.
Month.
Nobody was. Did you see me?
I'll show you the stories. Oh, it's the end of the world.
Yeah, Yankee fans. No real Yankee fans. Closet Yankee fans. Mets fans are talking shit to
my
the
uncle
Yankees.
who has tried crack.
Yeah, your uncle.
He's a
exactly.
Yankee fan, and he was panicking.
Exactly. He tried crack. That should be your first freaking.
While we're on the subject, I want to jump off a bridge.
Oh, my own. All right. To the Dodgers, Marlins. I mean, the Marlins, I can't back this team until the offense shows some damn life. They're in the bottom 10 in all offensive categories. They have a lot of trouble scoring. With that being said, I think Jimmy Nelson is starting this game for the Dodgers. So I don't expect him to pitch more than 2 innings. But then they're going to Alex Vesia, who, this guy's had incredible numbers in the minors, 138 strikeouts in 100 innings with only 26 walks.
Holden's
he's been horrible.
He's horrible. He pitched 2 times in the majors.
I know, and both times I've seen him, he's been getting lit up. That's enough of a sample size for me, pal.
Yeah, see, you can hang out with
Joey's always up there using, I know this sounds crazy, using numbers to dictate whether a pitcher's good or not, and Holden's just like, guy's horrible.
Yeah, guy's horrible.
I test.
Guy's horrible. He pitched 2 innings. He gave up a solo homer last time out, but he's horrible. Yeah. Okay. All right, bro.
She's a shithead. Move on, Joey. Continue.
Yeah. So
he's a shithead.
Okay. Pablo Lopez should pitch good. I mean, against this Dodgers team, I think. I mean, without Seager, ultimately I'm off this game, but lean would be an under.
Can we just like at least address what just happened here? Joey was reading off good numbers about a pitcher and why he's good, and Holden said he doesn't pass my eye test. Can we understand?
Right, hold on a second. Let's go back. You know what? Holden is a minimum 2-0 against Joey.
Let's go back. 100 minor league innings, 75 hits overall.
Right. Is he pitching in the minors?
38 strikeouts, only 26 walks. Triple-digit fastball, but he stinks.
Right.
Because he pitched twice in the majors, and he gave up a solo home run in 2 innings.
How many innings did he throw today?
Probably 2, 3. It's a bullpen game.
Over under 1.5 runs.
Versus the Marlins?
Over under 1.5 runs. He gives up 1 run.
Under. Let's 1.5. Let's
beautiful. Let's go. I'm going to be 3-0 against your ass.
All right,
this year.
let's actually put money on this one.
We don't. No, I already won 2.
No.
Why am I going to put Why am I going to put myself in a place to lose money winning 3 out of 3?
I think Joey needs another picture of those tea bags, Holden.
Yeah.
What tea bags?
All right.
What are you talking about, dude?
I forgot it right. All right, so what's the friendly bet then? You want to eat?
Bet I'm just going to go 3-0 against you.
You're going to eat 2 hot dogs next show or something?
Huh? He really goes, what tea bags? Like as if I was talking about Lipton in your cabinets. I mean,
yeah, what tea bags? Seriously.
When you sent me your balls last time when the Yankees lost.
But I never sent you my balls.
You sent me some monkey's balls.
Correct.
Okay.
I didn't want you to get grossed out.
Thank you for not doing that. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I thought that was actually your balls, though.
No, those were not my balls.
Okay.
I had to think about it for a second because it was entirely possible that they were, but they weren't. So Marlins, Dodgers, are we done with this, guys?
Yeah, we're done with it. I'm taking Vesia under 1.5 runs in the game.
Okay. But he's going to give up a run. You know that, right?
If he gives up 1, I still win.
All right. You give up 2 then. That'd be great. And then you can, I don't care what you send me. Nationals, Diamondbacks, little later game here. I don't know if the roof's open or not. JJ, that matters too at this place, right? Because, you get 99 degrees and the thing's open. And then we got Fetty and Luke Weaver. Oof. I actually kind of like the Nats offense today, JJ.
Yeah, I don't. No, I'm just kidding. So here's my issue. So these are 2 bad pitchers for sure. This is probably, though, as big of a number as you'll see at this park. So the thing with these 2, though, is these teams have been hitting, which definitely makes it much more. You'd much more want to bet this total over. But again, if we're talking park dimensions, and I always say this for you guys to realize when you're not used to it. I mean, people watching, give yourself a maximum number that you'll bet an over at a specific park. Because again, if you find yourself always betting overs at ceiling numbers at parks, or betting, unders at basement numbers at parks, you're going to find that you're just not getting value by any means. People sometimes see 2 bad pitchers and just automatically, oh, this is an over, but don't realize that it's an egregious number at the park. Now, this number is big, not as big though at 9.5 to 10 is typically the biggest number I'll see at this park in warm weather. But again, these teams have really been ripping it with the sticks over the last few games. So I lean the over, but I don't want to fire on it. It's still a big number for the park, but I do lean the over.
Joey?
Yeah, I'll fire on it. I used to call these days like Eric Fetty days, but the guy hasn't been so terrible this year, even with a 5.29 ERA. He hasn't really been terrible. His velocity on his fastball is up a few ticks, but obviously his advanced numbers are terrible, almost the worst on this slate. And the Diamondbacks team scores runs, gets on base, top 10 in almost all offensive categories. Plus, they have really good numbers versus Eric Fetty. And, Luke Weaver here, he had a good start, his best start last time out against the Marlins. Take it with a grain of salt. 6 1/3, 4 hits, 0 earns. He was pissed when the head coach came and took the ball from him in the 7th inning. He got out.
What fucking sport are you talking about?
The manager, head coach, manager is the same fucking thing.
Get it together.
He gave up a hit in the 7th. I think it was either single or double, and then the coach just came and immediately took him out. So he was really pissed about that. But year long, he has an ERA in the 5s. Career long, it's not far off that 5 number. And his advanced numbers aren't particularly good. I did bet the over at 9.5 yesterday in this park, and I'm going back to it. So I gave it out at over 9 plus minus 116 last night to run Pure Bet subscribers.
Okay, I like that. Night game tonight. This should be have you guys noticed the overs on the Sunday night game? It's not every single game, but overwhelming amount of these Sunday night games have gone over. I actually like Wang Yun Kim, lefty against the Padres, to strike out a little bit against lefties. Ryan Weathers on the mound for the Pods. JoeyWerk, the night game, Sunday night baseball.
I'm seeing winds blowing 10 miles an hour out too. And it looks like Lamet, it's going to be Weathers probably pitch an inning or 2, and then they're going to go to Lamet. I took the over first 5 in this game yesterday. I mean, I'm probably not going to go back to that. I mean, Lamet has been good when he's actually pitched, but he hasn't pitched more than 2 innings. So maybe it's Weathers 2 innings, Lamet 2 innings, and then Kim coming over from the KBO has been quite good this year as well. So my lean would probably be the under, but I have no official play here.
You have no official play, do you? Do you have an official play here, JJ?
It just feels good to have a Sunday night baseball game that isn't Phillies Braves. I mean, what do they play like 6 weeks in a row on Sunday night baseball?
Yes, they did.
So a little different action this Sunday evening. Look, 2 lefties at these lineups with big rays. The problem is, did the Padres just sit a bunch of guys yesterday, or a bunch of guys hurt? There was 5 starters out yesterday for the Padres. Was that like a one-off, Joey?
No, a couple guys are hurt.
Tatis.
Tatis is out for sure.
I know I saw Hosmer. They sat Hosmer.
Hosmer's hurt.
So yeah, I mean, it's tough because this is a small number, and you get wind blown out, which helps, of course. But you get a bit of degraded lineups. Cardinals aren't playing that well either. I'd say slight value on them, but they're not playing well. And the Padres, even though they've had some lineup issues with health, they're still hitting the ball decent. So overall, stay away from me. I know it's a Sunday night game. People probably want to play of sorts, but maybe stay away from me.
Yeah, Will Myers has COVID. A couple other guys have COVID. I'm pretty sure Hosmer has COVID too.
I took my second COVID shot yesterday, and it felt like crap. That's all I'm saying. So if they ask me to take a third, I won't do it. I'm going raw dog. Raw dog, no mask. It's the worst. It was horrible. I got COVID, and I'd never had COVID being around it. JJ, I know you want to end your life after this show, which is fine with me. I don't care. More opportunity for me and Joey. So what's your best bet, buddy?
Let's do this, Holden. Do you remember my best bet?
Absolutely not.
Oh my God.
Rays Mets under four first five was Joey's. No, I have no idea what your bet was.
That wasn't my best bet anyway.
It was one of them.
That was one of the bets that I made.
Shit,
correct.
It wasn't a good bet. I shouldn't have bet.
I know JJ's best bet. Texas Rangers over team total.
You sure you want that bet?
Three runs minus 120 at FanDuel. That's my best bet. And then Joey, what's yours? I never typed yours in.
Mine will be Atlanta Braves money line. Now we got it at plus 128. Love it.
Red Sox for over 4.5 runs. Robbie Ray over 7.5 Ks. Bassett's over 5.5 Ks.
We're gonna live and die with your three plays today, Holden.
No, we're not.
I wouldn't if I were you. As a matter of fact, like I said, bet the other side. But on the off chance I'm right.
What's your favorite? You were slobbing Ray, so you want that one as your favorite?
Definitely the Red Sox. The problem is that the line moved so much, but I'm fine with it at 5. Over 4.5 was better. 5, I think you can get at 105. So let's do that. And then I love Robbie Ray over 7.5 and Bass.
He's not doing it again, Joey. Where I give you one play and Robbie Ray. I really love the Robbie Ray. So do you want Robbie Ray or do you want the Red Sox?
Red Sox.
This guy put in
Robbie Ray.
And he put in the accent when he made the Red Sox play too.
I really like the Bassett one too.
All right, we get it. You like fucking 3 plays.
And then Russell Westbrook over rebounds and assists. I've probably won 14 of these in a row because every game he smashes it. So
yeah, why not? Why not?
Why not what?
This is Russell Westbrook. Why not? RW. Do you not see the shirt?
Why not over rebounds and assists?
So Red Sox team total over 5?
4.5.
Or is it first? What is it?
4.5.
Red Sox over 4.5. It's minus 140, but it's good up to 5. I got it at 105.
This guy's out
115 last night.
This guy's out here giving player props, laying $180.
I'm not. I told him don't bet the 4.5. Get to the 5. So fuck it. Just give me Bassett over 5.5 and Ray over 7.5, and the Red Sox over 4.5. Can we just go now? I hate you both.
Cycle.
Don't even give out a best bet for this guy.
Don't even give it out.
All right, you lost your
chance.
Pass
it all up, and then you'll be like, oh man, the one time I should have listened to the guy.
Thank you.
You think I'm a disaster, JJ? You think I'm just a mess?
I think that you're a perfect mess. That's what I think.
I am not a perfect mess.
I think you're really good at being a mess.
And I don't even try.
I think it just comes so natural.
Wow, look at that mug too.
Oh yeah, my kids got me this one.
That's an alpha mug.
Minnie Mouse. There you go.
That's an alpha mug. Okay.
Can we go now?
Thank you everyone for watching. We went through our best bets.
What was mine?
Joey likes the Braves money line plus 128. I like the Texas Rangers over their team total of 3 runs minus 120. FanDuel. Holden had like 12 different bets, so as long as you listened at some point in the show, you got them all. So again, thank you guys for watching. We'll be back.
Hold on, my best bet, real quick: Nats and D-backs over 9.
Just stealing plays. Love it.
Like I said, thank you everyone for watching. We'll be back next week. Be sure to gamble responsibly. Stay safe, folks. We'll catch you.